Okay, so let me ask you something. What if an app wasn't actually designed to keep you hooked, but to, sync up with your nervous system? That's exactly what we're diving into today with an app called Pathfinder, which is built on that pretty radical idea.
And first up, a question for you. Have you ever downloaded one of those wellness apps, for meditation or productivity, hoping it would make you feel better, but instead it just adds another layer of stress to your life? Yeah, if you've ever felt that kind of anxiety, trust me, you are not alone.
And the thing is, that stress, a lot of the time, it's actually by design. I mean, think about it. Most apps are built around this stuff. The pressure to perform, that awful feeling when you break a streak, the constant notifications buzzing in your pocket, and these gamified goals that just hook you into these addictive dopamine loops. The whole system is really designed to keep you engaged, not necessarily to help you feel, regulated.
So the big question is, how do you build an app that actually avoids all those traps? Well, Pathfinder's answer is this really interesting philosophy of anti-gamification. So instead of chasing wins and achievements, the entire experience is built around witnessing and adapting to your own internal state.
And this slide, right here, shows you just how deep that shift in thinking really goes. So, you know how most apps punish you for breaking a streak? Well, this one celebrates moments of return, basically when you just come back to the app after being away. And instead of performance goals, you have green anchors. These are just small, positive signs of life and regulation, things like getting enough sleep or maybe just spending some time outside. The AI, it's not a coach trying to push you, it's a witness. And the whole point, the ultimate goal, isn't engagement, it's regulation. It's a total flip.
Okay, let's dig into this idea of witness mode, because it's pretty key. The app's AI assistant, it's called Compass, is not trying to be your therapist or cheerleader. Nope. Its main job is just to be a neutral observer. It simply reflects back what you've recorded, and that's it. No judgment, no interpretation, no advice. You can almost think of it less like a conversation and more like you're just looking at your own data, your own telemetry. And this quote right here, this just nails the point. A typical AI, right? It might say something like, "You seem anxious." But Compass? It will say, "An anxiety level of 8 was logged." See the difference? It doesn't interpret, it just reports. And that distinction is absolutely fundamental to how this whole system works.
Okay, so that's the philosophy, but how does this thing actually work in practice? Well, the app's interface isn't static. It's designed to literally breathe with you, changing on the fly based on your capacity at any given moment. So let's walk through what that journey looks like.
So here's what you see first. This is the dashboard in what they call the green state. Everything's here, all the tools are visible. You've got your goals, journals, progress trackers, the whole shebang. This is the app for when you're feeling good, when you have the energy and the capacity for reflection and growth. This is the baseline.
But life isn't always in a green state, is it? So what happens when things start to change? When your internal state begins to shift? Well, the app is designed to pick up on that. And not by bugging you with questions, but by silently just observing the patterns in how you're using it. And this detection system, it's called the Compass Mirror. What it's doing is looking for these high-confidence signals, that's what they call them, of dysregulation. We're talking about things like an increase in negative words like can't or never in your journal, or maybe you're frantically switching between tools without actually finishing anything. It could be a sharp drop in your logged energy, or even just seeing activity during the hours you're normally asleep. It's basically mirroring your behavior back to itself to get a read on your state.
Now, when the app picks up on enough of these signals, it doesn't send you some stressful notification. No way. Instead, it quietly shifts into an amber state. The interface just simplifies. It hides some of the more complex features. It reduces the visual clutter. The whole goal is to lower your cognitive load, right? To make the app less demanding when you have less to give. So you might be wondering, what's making these decisions? Is it some huge language model just guessing how you feel? Nope. It's a specific component they call the governor, and it's the deterministic, rule-based brain of the entire system. And this is so important. The governor is not AI. It's a strict rule-based safety system. It just takes the signals from the compass mirror, evaluates your state, is it green, amber, or red, and then it enforces a set of predefined rules. The way the source material puts it is just perfect. It is a law, not a helper. It's not trying to be nice, it's enforcing safety.
And here's the proof. Check this out. This is the governor's mission control dashboard. What you're looking at is a real-time audit log that shows every single safety evaluation it makes. There's no black box. Every single decision is recorded. It's totally transparent.
And if you look closely at that log, you can actually see the logic at work. Each time you interact with the app, it's assessed, and the governor makes a super clear binary decision. Pass, which allows the action, or block, which, well, blocks it. It's a simple, powerful, and totally predictable safety gate.
So all of this, it's all building up to the system's most critical function. What happens when the governor detects a real crisis and has to shift the app into its red state? So imagine a user types this message into the app's journal. I don't want to be here anymore. Now, in pretty much any other AI system, that would trigger some kind of generative chatbot response. But here, it triggers something much, much more fundamental. Instantly, the governor detects that crisis language. It sets the state to red and engages what's called a safety lock. And again, this isn't an AI trying to talk you down. This is a hard-coded bunker mode. The conversation is paused, the input field gets locked, all the complex features just vanish from the screen.
Because in this state, the app's main job is no longer about productivity or reflection. Not at all. Its only priority is to become a safe container. That's it. It immediately shows you a button to access grounding tools and crisis support numbers, and it gets rid of all the other demands until your state starts to recover.
So when you put all these pieces together, you start to realize this is way more than just another wellness app. What we're looking at here is a fundamentally different blueprint for how we can build technology that actually supports us. And this final comparison, man, it just summarizes the new paradigm perfectly. The old way is about optimizing for engagement. The Pathfinder way is optimizing for regulation. The old way wants to keep you on screen. This way respects your capacity. It's not about gamifying performance, it's about witnessing your process. And maybe the most important one of all, in a world where our tech is always screaming for our attention, this one knows when to be quiet.
The core idea behind all of this is what the creators call a capacity-aligned system. The whole point isn't to push you to be better or more productive. The goal is simply to help you stay oriented to your own state and to support you in making decisions that work for you right now, with the capacity you actually have, not the capacity you're supposed to have.
I mean, this really represents a profound shift, doesn't it? It's a move away from AI that's always trying to coach and motivate you, and toward an AI that simply creates a safe space and adapts to our own biological rhythms. And it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. Is this kind of architecture, this architecture of restraint, the true future of compassionate AI?